Well, hello folks, welcome to episode 1 of our 15th season here with Riga FC. I'm the Custard Prophet. This is the Latvian job. And yes, we are in Europe. Yes, we're in the knockout phases of the Europa League. And no, I don't think we've got a bloody hope. You're probably thinking, why? Because we've done all right in previous years. We've done pretty well in the Champions League. The reason for it is we've had far too much turnover in our transfer business. Not much of it was my fault. A lot of it was just players wanting to leave and players retiring, and so we are a shell of the squad that we once were. Let's go and have a look at that. So you see here, sad times, these players leaving. Robert Soldrikis, Viksna, Kortikovs and Jausums, all Latvian players. 3 of them retired, 1 of them left on a free transfer. Viksna has, I thought he'd signed up with someone, but he was a good player. He was a decent Latvian player, but he was annoyed that he wasn't getting game time. You are already very aware that the likes of Johori, Alisson, Nieta and Solano had left. I think we talked about all of those things. So those were big losses, and all of those played an important role in our Champions League campaign. But let's have a look at the other changes. You can see, we knew this, Wampa left, Harold Erglis left, but the big news was Isaac Kubeka. We didn't want him to go. He's left for £8 million. So a lot of quality players have gone, and remember, we can only replace 3 players in the Champions League squad or the Europa League squad, whatever it is, because we are halfway through the competition. This is why it's so weighted for the clubs whose seasons align with the way the Champions League runs. For us, where our season finishes and we're only halfway through the Champions League, it's not great, because that's kind of when the majority of stuff happens in the transfer market. But we've made some signings. Let's have a look who they are. Yao Kiadio, your friend, my friend, everyone's friend. Yes, he's back. Very happy with this. He is a quality player, and he's gonna make a big difference here. He's 28 now, but he played for us for a long time. Very happy to have him back. £15.5 million. We've also bought in Zoran Karadzic from Partizan Belgrade for just over £12 million. This guy looks absolutely superb as well. 2 really good midfield players. Do we need this many midfield players? Who knows? Pavel Belovs is back. We wanted more Latvian players in the squad. We've got a player who can play both at right back and in centre back, and he can also just about do a job on the left side as well. So pretty happy with that. Another player returning, the man we know as the centre back, very good in the air. I think he's going to be absolutely quality. I'm not sure quite whether to play Mendia on the right side or him on the right side, but certainly we are going to have to make sure that he gets involved in wherever heading is required. David Titov, 35-year-old Latvian. Again, this is just for some backup in the league. He's a player who has been at this club before. It's been a while since he's been here. He's been in the UK for ages. Bought him for £84,000. But he's going to do a good job in the league. And the 3 seasons he was with us, he played very well. So welcome, David, back. And the big signing, or surprise signing, is the darling of Latvian football at the minute, and this is Dario Sitz from Fiorentina. We signed him for £7 million. Look at this guy finishing first touch. Looks pretty awesome. He has made the Europa League squad. Not everyone has, though. So as you can see, this is what the squad looks like at the minute for the Europa League, and we are missing Titov, Belovs and Karadzic. Someone was going to miss out, and I managed to at least make some poor excuses as to why he wasn't involved. But it's disappointing, and we are certainly a weaker squad than we were prior to this transfer window, which is disappointing. But we knew this was going to happen. Schedule wise, you can see here we've done pretty well, but my worry is we're not really scoring goals, and it's hardly surprising because all of our players who score goals have left the club. So what can we do? A 0-0 draw at home against Sparta Prague was the real disappointing one, although to be honest, looking at the stats in this one, we should have absolutely smashed them. That wasn't the case for all of these matches though. So today we are playing Molde. Now Molde have a bit of a hoodoo over us, to be perfectly honest. We've played them twice since I've been at the club manager, and both times Molde have beaten us over 2 legs and knocked us out of the Champions League. So here we are in the Europa League. We're going to play the Norwegians and we're going to try and beat them. We're going to try and get one over them, or maybe 2 or 3 over them. We'll have to find out. Let's go and play a game of football, my friends. Team that we're going with, and it's a tough one to know exactly how to start this, but this is what we're going with. I've just changed something there, you might notice. In up front is Crittenden Lissinovs, and we're going to play Sitz up there as the poacher. He's just back from injury, so we will see how he does in that role. The midfield is looking fine, my friends. We're going to play Kiadio, Perez and Bamba, who's going to be in a sort of central attacking role, a central midfielder attacking role. I'm not quite sure quite how to get the most out of him, but Kiadio, very, very happy to have him back. In the back line, it's looking all right. Messina, who is going to be leaving, another player will be leaving very, very soon. Lima, Mendia and the centre-back, who's playing on the right this time, and Kleber Francesco. We don't have a lot of backup here. If we get injured, well, we're just going to have to play youngsters on the bench, but we'll see how things go. I think the lack of depth is what is going to cost us, but I think we should get through this match. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen and what you think of the transfer business we have done. Let's get into it. So the match away at Molde is the one we're starting with. This is going to be the tough one. Let's see if we can cause them a bit of trouble with the forward line we've got. To be perfectly honest, in terms of chances, we have had pretty much all of the chances, but there's not been a lot. But maybe first highlight could well be going to Molde. We don't like this, but that seems to be the way of the world. Ball in, but we have cleared it. And here is Darko Sitz, who's just done what he needs to do there. No, he hasn't. He's just turned into the player and given it back to them. So, wow. And Kleber Francesco just gave up the goal. That was a complete comedy of errors, wasn't it? That's not the Riga side I have been managing for the last period. Look at this. Look at this. After Sitz gave it away, dreadful ball over the top. Goalkeeper, and the shot was mishit. Goalkeeper just let it through his hands. Really disappointing. So after that absolute disaster of a first half in terms of goalkeeping, we are expecting better in this second half. What we actually got was an injury to Dario Sitz, as I was calling him, Darko, and so we're going to bring on Samir, and the centre back is passing it to Samir, so maybe there's a chance here. Lissinovs, and it's cleared into Perez. I mean, we're not really giving up much in the way of chances, and the chance wasn't a real one because we absolutely screwed that up. But Lissinovs, is that an own goal? I don't know. It's 1-1. It's a weird game, so we'll just take it. We'll just take it. So the centre back was looking a bit tired. We've brought Stankus on. Mendia moves to the right side. Easy change. Right then, here's Samir. I'm hoping this is going to be his season to really come into his own. We had a few offers in for him. I think he's going to give us a little bit this season. Messina, the very last part of his of his time with us, he puts the cross in. Samir gets the header. That is what we like. We're 2-1 now against MFK, otherwise known as Molde. So Lorenzo has come on for Bamba. He's taken the corner, and looks like this game has gone in our favour. And we've played. I think we've absolutely deserved it. To be perfectly honest, I think we've played quite well here. But is this it? We've given up a very poor goal. And here we go. Stankus into Lozano. Mendy's got it back. Looks like they're looking for the perfect ball here. Mendia is just moving out to this right side. Lorenzo. It's Samir. And it's Crittenden. And it's 3-1. And this looks like we've actually done it. We look like we've taken Molde, that hoodoo that they had over us, and we've stomped it into the ground by the look of it. Late chance potentially here for Molde just to get things back even, but they lose the ball, and Samir, who's been quite an important part of our attacking threat since he's come on. Here's Crittenden, and it's a great save. We should and certainly could have been 4-1 up there. And there we go. A 3-1 victory. Okay, the start was not quite what we wanted, but it was a goalkeeping error. Not sure about the goalkeeper still. Midfield actually wasn't so great, but they did all right. But it was the front line actually in the end who did all right, and it was Samir coming on who made the difference, I think. So he will definitely be starting in the second leg. So here we go. We're playing the reverse fixture against Molde, and yes, it is even more challenging than it was before. Messina has now left, so Burkic has come in. Let's have a look at the team that we're going with. Samir has come in to replace Dario Sitz, but unfortunately Dario Sitz is out now for 5 months, so that's not great. We've also got injuries to Lorenzo, Papedav, Belovs, and with these other players not registered, and we've just signed this player Pedraza, who will be involved in our league fixtures, another great sort of Colombian player. We are a little bit on the weakened side. You can see here, whilst we've got some decent players on the bench, we are playing some youngsters as well who, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a challenge with. So team we've got is Crittenden, Lisanovs and Samir, Kiadio, Perez and Bamba in midfield, Bajekic, Lima, Mendia and the centre-back, and Francesco's, which is very similar to the side that we put out, but the bench looks very, very different. The likes of Stankus, Steinbergs, Kiat being the players who are capable of doing something, but we've also got other players who've not been involved at all in the squad. Right, come on Riga, let's finish this off. A good 3-1 win in the first leg, and here we go, and Samir is showing his colours. He's looking pretty strong early on. Referee is looking at that though. What are we going to have here? Is that an offside? What was the problem with that? It's goal award. I didn't think he was offside. I didn't know what they were looking at really there. But Crittenden does well into Burkic, and Samir just uses his movement there to win the header. 1-0. And that is done. We're through to the next round. Let's be clear about that. Bamba's corner, Lisanovs and Perez at the far post. It's 2-0. Irrespective of all the problems we've got, we are just making sure, aren't we, here? It's we would not expect to go out against Molde, but we definitely wanted to show this given what they've done to us in the past. Bamba now, 13 minutes on the clock, and Lisanovs fires it in. 3-0. What a start this is. I mean, this is what we like to see. Crittenden now chips it across to Bamba. The centre-back's going to try and beat his man. He does, and Lisanovs doesn't quite get his header on target. Such a disappointment about Sitz, though. I can't believe he has left. He's injured. Well, maybe a chance the other end. Berge, Iraq, almost beats the goalkeeper, but not quite. And, well, it is a decent finish there. I thought that was wide, but Molde do make it 3-1. So maybe there's hope for them here. They've just got to score 4 goals. I mean, stranger things have happened, surely. But they're going to have to do something here. And Samir is looking dangerous in the air. I quite like this. I need to look at his aerial ability, really. I wasn't really thinking thinking of him as an aerial threat. I thought he was more of a threat on the ground. Here's Crittenden. And Crittenden almost gets himself a goal as well. He's been the one who's missed out so far. Let's have a look at Samir. In the air. Jumping reach of 14. That's pretty good. Heading of 10. So not really. But he's only 19. So a lot of these are going to get better. I think he's going to be quality. So here we go. They're pushing for goal number 2. Molde are just before half time. We're not going to allow that, I imagine. I said we're not going to allow that. That's nicely done. And the goalkeeper's just let that past him. I am not convinced by this goalkeeper, I have to say. I think we had so much better of a goalkeeper before he was there. When you look at the amount of chances that he gives up, it's, you know, I think the ratio of shots to goals is not great. It's not great at all. So a tired looking Riga side just trying to defend a free kick. Remember, they just don't really have anyone as the backup there. And what was that? Are they saying that's a foul? I mean, remember, we are well ahead of them here, but it looks like they're getting a penalty here. Penalty review, and I reckon it's going to be given, yeah. And for saying we were 3-0 up, we've let them come back into this. They've not had many chances, but wow. What was I saying about the goalkeeper? He makes the save. Absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, well done. Well done. So not a lot of changes that I'm going to advise making at this point, but one thing we have done, we brought Kiat on, who is a very, very good player, and Chiardio comes off, who is looking a little bit tired, just freshening up the midfield a little bit. Bamba. Oh, hits the post. Unlucky. I was going to make changes, but I haven't, mainly because I don't want to lose this match. And it feels like they don't seem to need that many chances to, wow, create. Wow, what the heck is this? It's like pinball in there. This isn't football. Right, Bamba chips it in. Oh, but what? Lysinov's off the bar. Unlucky, sir. So Lysinov's has come off. We're bringing on Marks Freimanis, who is one of our youngsters, because Lysinov's just shattered. A late appearance for Stankas as well, but we won it 3-2 and we're through into the next round. And despite them putting a bit of a fight back together there, we got through. There was no real worry at any point, really. Just gave up a few too many chances. You know, we will have to do better if we want to get through into the next round. Let's have a look at the teams who've got through and the teams who are out. So Atalanta went out against Lokomotiv Moscow, which is an interesting one. Besiktas beat Leicester. That's another very interesting one. Milan comfortably through their match. Napoli out of theirs. Salzburg, who are going to be one of the top teams in this, got through. Club Brugge through, and Feyenoord through against Dynamo Zagreb. So, yeah, some of the bigger teams who have gone out there. Let's move forward and let's see who we are going to draw in the second round. Excited about this. And here we go. So, it looks like, again, there is no real seeding here. So we could go up against anybody. Big teams in this draw. Manchester United, we want to stay away from there. I think we bettered by Leverkusen in the past. Salzburg have been a bit of a thorn in our sides. Milan are going to be difficult. But some of these other teams, I think we could do a job against. The likes of Club Brugge, Hoffenheim, Real San Sebastian, Rangers. I think we could do a job against. So let's see who we get. Excited to see this. Feyenoord first out the hat, and they're going to be playing Sporting Lisbon. Besiktas, we take this one against Roma. Milan, no thank you, against Hoffenheim. Rangers, yes please, play Manchester United. Moscow against Leverkusen. So looking at this, we could play Salzburg, which would be a bugger. Who do we want out of this, really? Bruges, I reckon. Not this one, please. Interesting, Salzburg playing Sevilla, so one of the big teams will be going out there. Club Bruges against Real San Sebastian, and we're going to be playing Benfica. Ooh, that's a bit of a rip-roarer, isn't it? I don't think we've come up against Benfica previously. I might be wrong about that, but let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look. See if we've played Benfica before. No, we haven't. We have played some Portuguese sides and we've done quite well against them, but I don't know. With this squad, with the lack of depth, who knows? We've got a little bit of time, 7 days to get people back in shape, potentially 14 days if we can get them for the second leg, but it's not the ideal scenario, really. I'd like to be coming at this with a much more packed squad. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and what you would be doing here to try and get the best out of this match. I don't know. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.